Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 28th of February. My disclaimer, I did this for educational purposes only. Technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I've been doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, I've done a post today, and basically what I've been outlining is the possible bullish scenario from here. How strong is that scenario? Not particularly. But I wanted to outline it because there's a possibility here. And I have to say, one thing I really do like is the bull flag setup on Dire. That's nice. In terms of positive divergence around, there isn't a great deal. And normally in this kind of scenario, I would expect to see more. But it is a possibility, and it's worth considering. And the other thing is, because we've got because it's the end of the week and the end of the month, and the end of the month, of course, we've got the possibility that we could see a recovery back to, and we have seen some wild recoveries here, a recovery back to the weekly middle band, and that is something I have flagged, and I put in the levels on the Qs and I put in the levels on SPX. If we were to see that, and if we were to see that, then that could be a sign that this rally is starting, and of course it would fix some early buy signals. It's well worth considering, and it could happen. But I have to say, as these things go, this is not a particularly strong setup. So we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to lay it out in case it happened. I think the setup for a rally is stronger here on crypto, to be honest. But even then, we're a bit thin on positive divergence. But anyway, ES. 6-minute buy signal never quite made target. It might not, of course. Did it reach the possible near miss target? Arguably. But on NQ, it hasn't reached it. And we've still got an open 60-minute buy signal here. And we now have, of course, on the RTH charts, possible hourly buy signals brewing. That doesn't mean that they're ever going to fix. And I would say, I was talking in my pre-market webinar yesterday about the possibility that we would retest the lows today. One reason I was thinking we'd retest the lows today was because we've got all these bearish stats for today. So this would be the obvious day to have done that retest, and doing it a day early yesterday, it doesn't improve the odds of it delivering. But we will see. I've laid it out. I put it on the post today, and we'll see how that develops. Would I be that surprised if we saw that rally? No. Would I be that surprised if we continued down? No. We'll see. RTY. No current positive divergence here. And obviously, in terms of the head and shoulders, this would be the right shoulder, and we've just broken down from it. This isn't a bad place for it to reverse back up, but equally, we could continue down. We do have a lot of very nice topping patterns here. YM, I've been watching this because of the nice-looking possible bull flag on the Dire chart. That does look very nice, and it's the nicest and most bullish pattern on the board at the moment. We'll see how that goes. We've got no positive divergence here either. DAX and the STX still leaning towards, these look like bullish consolidations. I haven't really got some particularly nice trend lines here on DAX, but I've got a nice looking falling megaphone on ESTX that I've charted up, and I wouldn't be surprised. The Europeans have been a lot stronger than the Americans over the year so far, really. We'll see. It wouldn't surprise me to see those retests. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts, and let's have a quick review of what I was talking about this morning. Right. In terms of the RSI 5, we've now reached the lowest level in the last 2 years. That doesn't mean we're about to rally, and we don't have any positive divergence here, but it is worth noting. So is there a case for a decent oversold rally here soon? Yeah, there is. In terms of the low yesterday, we got within 20 handles of the 3SD lower band, but we're not so far running after this touch of the 3SD lower band. This has been very, very weak action here. We do have a possible RSI 5 buy signal brewing. We do have a decent looking potential falling wedge here. It's not the only option, and And obviously, on the bigger picture, we've got the smaller head and shoulders, sorry, double top, which is broken down. But of course, we're heading towards the larger double top support in the 5773 area. But we haven't broken down from that yet. Qs, we are reaching double top support. We're testing it now. We're not below it yet. I've got that at 49970. The low yesterday was at 500.05. But basically, we're starting the test of that double top support. If we see a breakdown from that, then, well, we could go obviously a lot lower. So we will see how that goes. I haven't marked the targets on here, but I did mention them. I did mention the target area on the post I just did today. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm liking, we do have a possible alternative that we get down to 493, former right shoulder, and have a slightly larger head and shoulders here. We will see, but we're getting down into that support. We do have a possible hourly buy signal brewing. We do have a possible pretty nice looking falling wedge here. We will see. But it wouldn't astonish me to see this go down. And actually, I do want to show another couple of charts. So I've been working up my I'm planning to do not because I'm planning to do a service on it or anything, but I'm planning to do. Hang on a second. Right. Let's tab. Okay. Let's have a quick look at. I was just looking at the Magnificent Seven yesterday, and I was having a look particularly at the Tesla chart. This is, I've got a number of these. I've got another one on Meta, I think, which is similar. But again, we've got a very nice looking head and shoulders here, and this is nice. And it's broken down with a target in the 150 area. It's not necessarily going to make that, but it is a nice looking pattern. And I am very much wondering about this breaking down here. Now, I don't know whether the fundamentals, obviously, Tesla, Elon Musk is kind of becoming a hate figure in Europe, and Tesla sales are suffering in Europe badly. But having said that, the biggest market apart from the US for Tesla is China, and I don't know that has been affected, although it might be by tariffs, of course. But we're getting down to a big level here. We're getting down to the test of the 200 DMA, and that could hold. But if it doesn't, I've got an open target on the Tesla head and shoulders, and it's a nice looking head and shoulders at 150. That is suggesting significantly more downside is on the table, and it's not the only one. But I haven't finished working those up. I'm probably going to post a string of those and have a quick look at those next week. But that is worth noting. All right, looking at Dire. Dire. We're still well short of the daily middle band, of the double top support, and we haven't yet broken the rising support from the 2020 late 2023 low, which is the level that we are now. We've broken on IWM and we're testing on SPX, but I like the downside. The one thing here is, of course, we've got this very nice looking possible bull flag megaphone here, and this is a really nice looking trend line. So I do take nice trend lines like this seriously, because they often do mean something. Now, just because it's a flag doesn't mean we can't break down from it, and these flags do break down 30% of the time. But what it is worth bearing in mind, and we do often have this thing about the low before the high. Arguably, we have already seen that, and the setup is complete, but it's worth bearing in mind. And at this stage in a decline, I will always tend to be looking at the possibility that we might reverse back up to a retest of the high. So that's why I did the post this morning. Okay, on IWM, this head and shoulders here, this is my least favorite of the patterns here, because this high here is above the right shoulder, but nonetheless, it's not a bad pattern. And I'm not sure I don't have the data to support my dislike of this being this high being higher. I've not seen strong evidence to suggest this actually weakens the pattern, and this has broken down now and with a target in the 183 area. We'll see how that goes, but I think that might well make target. And obviously, this rising support trend line from the 2023 late 2023 low has already broken and fairly hard. We don't have any really strong support here. We already had a RSI 14 buy signal fixed though, so we could have Apart from Dire, no, Dire's got a weak one, but we do have full size 60-minute buy signals on the RSI 14 fixed or forming basically across the board here. We will see. All right, looking at DAX, DAX may well be coming back up into a retest the high. That seemed the obvious way to go on this chart. On Nikkei, we saw a test of the 3SD lower band. Obviously, normally I'd be looking for a bit of a rally here, but I don't have a really good feel of what's happening here on Nikkei, apart from the fact that we do have even the head and shoulders isn't that nice. We could have a head and shoulders which is starting to break down here. I might have a closer look at that at the weekend, but we will see. If so, I'll have a closer look on that at the bigger picture recording on Sunday night. Okay, let's have a look at DX. Now, DX, I've been looking at this as a bull flag setup, and we've seen a nice little rally here. I'd be looking for more. Really, I'd be looking for a move back up to this resistance up here in the 109.5 area, and then a retest of 110. But I'm thinking it might well deliver that. We've got a possible weak 6-minute sell signal brewing. Which is worth noting. TV has gone a little higher, not quite high enough to get up into this possible trend line I've drawn in here at 118.26. We got a 60-minute sell signal fixed, hasn't really delivered anything so far. CL, we had a buy signal, and that made target well. But we didn't actually get a huge rally here. I'm wondering if we're going to head down towards this channel support, which is currently in about the 66.75 area, I think. NG still looks like a bull flag forming. GC is now breaking down for a double top here. This is supported by a daily sell signal on GC and on the index, and it's got a target in the 2800 area. SI, I could draw in a head and shoulders here, but it wouldn't be a nice one. But it's probably the obvious pattern here, actually. But it's not high enough quality that I've drawn it in automatically. We'll see how that goes, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some more retracement here too. On HG, this looks like a bull flag forming, and we could easily make a lower low within that bull flag, maybe down into the 4.35 to 4.4 area. All right, looking at the currencies, we've got a double top breaking down on the euro. GBP, USD, nothing really strong in terms of pattern. We've got a very nice looking double bottom breaking up on USD JPY. USD CAD, nothing really, but we've got some indications that dollar might see a big reversal here, but it's not overwhelming. But I'm thinking it's got a decent shot. Okay, KC, we've got this little falling wedge which has broken up. This might be just part of a larger pattern which is forming. SB, we had this sell signal, and I was saying on the bigger picture on Sunday night that I thought this double top would probably play out, and it has played out. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing. I don't think the daily sell signal's made target yet, but I'll have a better idea tonight, and we will see. CC, nice little rally here. 6-minute buy signal is fixed and hasn't made the possible near miss target yet. Possible IHS forming, which could take this higher. ZW has gone down below the monthly pivot. We'll see. This could still be a bull flag forming, but that has been weakened by this latest move down. On corn, we've broken down below this support level here, although we're still testing the overall support level. I'm wondering about a possible large head and shoulders forming here, in which case we could see a right shoulder bounce. On soy, haven't really gone down, so we've still got a nice looking double top that's broken down and a potential nice looking double bottom which could break up. CC has come back and retested the low. Didn't do it within the pattern I drew in here, but I'm thinking on the bigger picture this may well be the second low of a double bottom, and I'm watching for signs of a low. On lumber, still keeping an open mind, still don't have a decent pattern set up. On live cattle, we are rallying a bit, but not a great deal. Could be watching a reversal pattern form here to take this back higher. And lean hogs has come back in, and it's retested this low here. We've got a 6-minute buy signal fix, but it hasn't really delivered anything so far. Too large to be a bull flag, could have a pattern forming which could see a decent bounce, but obviously this has been a significant reversal on lean hogs. All right, let's have a look at questions. Right, no questions here. My pleasure as always, guys, and everyone have a great weekend. I'll be doing a crypto post today as well, so watch out for that, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. All right, take care.